it feels a lot like we're going back to the time of the American Revolution, because during those times, you couldn't really speak out because a British soldier might hear you, right? And that's what it feels like now. You know, if I'm out to lunch with a friend or something like that, I might be talking about Israel, and he'll say, keep it down, keep it down. Somebody from Israel might be nearby, or somebody from the Mossad might hear you, and he's right, because they can kill me, they can beat the shit out of me, they can put me in the hospital, they can kidnap me, they can make me disappear, and that's what it was like in the times of the American Revolution, because we were under the control of a foreign country, Great Britain, and now it's like we're under the control of Israel. So it's pretty funny how things are coming full circle. It's like, what do they expect, right? They want us to be silenced by a foreign country, and our leadership just goes along with it. That's why I say that things aren't going to turn out too peaceful around here unless our leadership chooses peace, right? Because it's really in their hands. Because when you look at a country with approximately 330 million people, well, what do you think's going to happen, right? It's not very realistic to think that we're just going to remain silenced and just go along with all of this, right? If you say anything about Israel, if you speak out, well, you can get a warning, and your content can get removed, and you can have your account deleted. So we're being silenced, and our freedom of speech is being violated by a foreign country, and that's the funny part. Then it's like, no problem, I'll just stop posting on TikTok, and I'll speak my mind on another social media platform. But it's like, all the social media platforms are owned by Israel, or people who profit from Israel, so you can't do that. So I say no problem, because a lot of my posts on TikTok, they're only getting like 300 views, so it's like, I'll just tell people in person, right? I'll go get on stage, I'll do some comedy, I'll speak out against Israel, or I'll just talk to people, right? Because reaching 300 people in person, well, it's not going to be that hard. But if you think about it, we're living in a surveillance state right now with all these companies, right? They're listening to everything that you say. There's companies like Palantir, and even your cell phone probably has spyware on it, right? So they're tracking everything you say. And then in Minority Report, which is a movie, there's precogs, and they can arrest you before you do anything. So if I'm speaking to people in person, well, maybe they'll come and arrest me, right? So you can't speak out on social media, and you can't speak out in person. So what you'll have is a country with 330 million people who can't speak out and can't talk to one another. Yep. Yeah, that's going to make us feel really fucking calm. Yep. And honestly, just thinking about it is like very soothing to me. Yeah, it makes me feel really fucking calm. So, keep it up, guys. Let's do it, Israel versus the world, right? Yeah, because Israel is going to win. Yeah. Israel is going to beat Pakistan and all the fucking Muslim countries, Russia, China, North Korea, and everybody else, right? All these countries with nuclear weapons, and they're all against Israel, right? They're calling for the arrest of Netanyahu, and our fucking leadership wants to go along with it. Yeah, that's what the American people want, right? Yeah, we want to get involved in a crazy fucking war that we can't win, and that's why I think it's good, actually, to speak out and to not be afraid of these surveillance tools, right? These companies like Palantir, because I think that we'd want our American government to understand the magnitude of the pushback. People wanted a revolution, and people were speaking out, but they were afraid of the British soldiers, I think we would want our government and our elected officials to understand the magnitude of our pushback, because our leaders don't choose peace, well, things won't end too peacefully, and that's just my opinion. And like I said, this is a Sunday morning special that I'm doing called Musings of a Lunatic, because, yeah, I'm definitely a fucking lunatic, alright? And like I said, it's feeling a lot like the Israelis or like the British soldiers, who are here listening and watching us, and we can't speak out. We can't speak out, but if they take it too far, well, a revolution can happen, and it's happened before, and it'll happen again, right? It's a fucking cliche. things are coming full circle, I think. So our government better smarten up, because we don't care about their money. We don't care about their fucking profits, right? Because it's becoming a joke. I think if things continue like this, well, one day our political system is just going to become a fucking parody, right? You're going to have two people debating on stage, debating over who kisses Israel's ass the most, you know? And they're going to be arguing over how much money they took from AIPAC, and they're going to say, no, I took more money from AIPAC. No, I took more money from AIPAC, and that's how we're going to fucking decide, because when the American people are voting for what's best for their lives, well, that's what they're going to place their vote on, right? That's what they're going to base their vote on. They're going to want to know who's taking more money from Israel. Yeah. Who's benefiting the most from Israel? That's what we want our leadership to do, you know? I want to know who's taking the most money from AIPAC. That's how I'm going to place my vote. I'm an American, yeah? But I do think Donald Trump's a decent guy. Even though he's on there talking about the ballroom in the White House. Yeah, the fucking ballroom. That's what I fucking care about. You know, let's have a good fucking time in the White House, right? Maybe there can be a good bar in the ballroom and everybody can start having fucking drink too, you know? Like I said, this is musings of a fucking lunatic, right? Because our leaders, well, I think they're fucking lunatics too, and they say it's a fucking trickle down, you know? Because if our leaders are fucking lunatics, well, the people become fucking lunatics. That's how I think it works. And, yeah, our leaders are fucking insane, right? Our leaders are insane, because they're taking money from Israel, and the American people see that, and, they want the American people to go along with it, right? And they want to use violence and, extreme surveillance to control us and to silence us. But I think that we can use these surveillance tools to our advantage. We can use the companies like Palantir and all this other fucking shit, the spyware, speak out, keep speaking out, keep pushing back against these fucking people, right? Because these people are fucking spineless. They really are. They're fucking cowards. And once they get involved in a foreign war, right? Once there's a fucking full-scale world war, well, their grip on us is gonna loosen, right? They're already messing up. They're already making fucking mistakes. So once they're occupied with all this fucking foreign stuff going on, well, that's when we can start an uprising, because they're going to be vulnerable. That's what's going to happen, guys. So if you're in our leadership, well, a peaceful, prosperous future is in your fucking hands, right? Because this country's already a fucking powder keg ready to explode. So once you bite off more than you can chew, once you get in bed with Israel and fucking get involved in these fucking insane fucking wars that these people want to get involved in, well, what do you think's going to happen here, right? What do you think? We're going to live in fucking 1984 or Anthem books where you can't have your own fucking thought, right? When they strip you of all your individuality for their fucking profit, for their control, right? A foreign country is violating our freedom of speech. That's what's happening here. So no problem, right? They can silence us on social media. They can delete our post. They can give us strikes on our account, warnings, all of this stuff just for speaking out against Israel, because Israel and the billionaires who take money from AIPAC, they control all of our social media platforms, right? No problem. We'll just start speaking out in person. But no, you can't do that either because of all the fucking spyware, all of the surveillance. It'll be like Minority Report when they arrest you before you even fucking do anything, right? So you'll get arrested just for talking to people, and yeah, people are gonna like that, you know. 330 million people are gonna want to live in a world where you can't talk to one another, right? It'll be just like the American Revolution, when if you spoke too loud, well, a British soldier can hear you, you know? And that's what it's like right now, because if I'm out with a friend, if I'm having lunch somewhere, I have to keep it down, right? Because somebody from Israel might be listening, you know? That's what we're afraid of in this fucking country. In this country, we have to be careful of what we say, because somebody from Israeli intelligence, somebody from the Mossad, somebody from Israel can fucking hear us, you know? As Americans, it's like we're living under the control of a foreign country, right? Yeah, some fucking country we have here, let me tell you. Wow, America, the greatest country, living under the control of Israel because all of our leaders make money from it. They're gonna say, I have to vote this upcoming election. Tell me who takes the most money from Israel. That's who I'm voting for, yeah. I want to know who takes the most money from Israel, and then they can fucking come. They can kill me. They can silence me. They can beat the shit out of me. They can put me in the hospital. They can kidnap me. They can fucking take me away, right? What does it fucking matter? Because, if you think I want to live in a world that's like Anthem or like 1984, you're out of your fucking mind, right? You're out of your fucking mind. So, if you kill me, it makes no difference because there's 330 million people in this fucking country. I don't think there's a single person who believes any of this shit, right? I don't think there's a single person who trusts our FBI, who trusts any of our fucking agencies, who trusts these people in the fucking government, right? Because we see what's going on here, you know, and we don't like it too much. So keep up the good work, guys. Yeah, keep up the good work. Because right now, I think that Israel thinks that we have their fucking back, but I don't think there's a single fucking person in this country who supports this fucking shit. I don't think there's a single fucking American who thinks that, Israel is above us, right? Israel is not above us. We're fucking Americans here. We're Americans, we're bigger, we're fucking stronger, and we're not fucking mentally insane, right? Leaders around the world are denouncing Israel, right, for their fucking war crimes, their genocide, and they want to have Netanyahu arrested for fucking war crimes, right? Big, significant countries and leaders around the world want to have Netanyahu arrested for war crimes, right? And that's the fucking person that we want to support as the American people. No. The only people who want to support them are the fucking billionaires who are profiting and who control social media, right? Right, so take away social media, delete the post, put a strike on the fucking account, right? Who cares? We'll just speak out in person, right? And then what? You're gonna silence us then? We're not gonna be allowed to talk to one another anymore, right? Yeah, that's gonna go over real fucking well here, yeah. A country with 330 million people are gonna like that a lot. Sorry, can't speak out, can't talk to one another, right? Because the British soldiers, the Israeli fucking soldiers are listening, right? What does it sound like to you? Sounds like it's going right back to the times of the American Revolution. That's what it sounds like to me, you know? So, Donald Trump, I know you're a pretty smart guy. I know deep down you're America first, right? So, do the right thing because I'm telling you right now, this isn't going to end too peacefully unless our leaders choose peace, right? Because if Israel wants to fight against all these fucking countries, let them do it themselves, you know, who cares? Find a different way to fucking profit because right now it's like the people in the government, well, they want to save Israel because that's how they're making fucking money, right? But, you can always find different ways to make fucking money. So, let Israel fight all these fucking countries until Israel's fucking gone. Who gives a shit, right? Because it's America first. We voted for America first, people. This is our fucking country, and we have to do the right thing for our fucking country, right? So our leaders need to get a fucking backbone, right? Our leaders need to stand up, and like I said, all these fucking surveillance tools, well, we can use it to our fucking advantage. Keep speaking out, keep putting the fucking pressure on, right? Keep pushing back against these fucking people. Because like I said, if you're an American, right, you want to live a fucking good life here. You want to live a peaceful life that's just. And that goes for every single United States citizen living in this fucking country, right? And Israel is not the doorway to that, yeah. Getting into bed with Israel, right? Getting into bed with Israel is not putting us on a path of fucking peace and prosperity as far as I'm concerned, right? The opposite. And every single one of us knows it. Literally, every single American fucking knows it, and none of us believe our fucking agencies anymore, and we can see that these people are fucking taking the money, right? They're taking the money, but it's the American people that fucking rule here, guys. It's a fucking, country that's ruled by the fucking people, the will of the fucking people. That's what America is, right? And Donald Trump knows it, so let's speak out. Let's put pressure on these fucking people. Let's keep putting pressure on these fucking people, so that's the only way that we're gonna fucking, fight for our peace here, right? Because if we want to live in a peaceful fucking world, we have to fight for it. We have to push back against our own fucking leadership, right? Our own leadership. That's how it's going to happen because I'm telling you right now, if we just fucking allow them to silence us, well, our leaders are going to fucking sell out, right? Because they're under some type of spell, right? They're going to sell out. They're going to get us involved in these ridiculous fucking wars that we can't even fucking win, right? It's going to be us against the whole world. for the sake of Israel. Like, who gives a fucking shit, right? If Israel can't exist peacefully, well, they're gonna drag us into it, and that's not what we fucking want, right? We want to live in a world that's fucking peaceful, right? And Trump keeps calling for the fucking ceasefires, and Israel and Netanyahu keep violating the fucking ceasefires, right? Donald Trump says there's a ceasefire. Next thing you know, Israel says, no, let's just bomb them 10 more fucking times, and then we'll have a fucking ceasefire, right? Yeah. Because Israel doesn't even fucking respect our fucking leadership, because our leadership is fucking weak and easily manipulated, right? But the people aren't. The people aren't easily manipulated. Our fucking leaders are easily manipulated because they take money. They take money. But the people, well, we don't have any fucking money, right? We don't have any fucking money. So your money's no fucking good when it comes to manipulating people like us, right? Because we don't have any fucking money. And there's no fucking money on the table for us, right? If there's no money on the table for us, well, how can you manipulate us? With money, right? The only way you can manipulate us is with fucking violence, right? You can threaten us. You can kill us. You can assassinate us. That's the only fucking way. But once a foreign country who's violating our freedom of speech comes and starts killing all of us, right? Once Israel is done committing genocide, right? They'll commit genocide on the American fucking people, right? And that's not going to go over too well, in my opinion. Yeah, we're not going to like that, because if you think ICE, our law enforcement, and our military are going to like that, well, I doubt it. But let's put it to the test, guys, right? Because we've done this once before. It was called the American Revolution, right? Yeah, because we didn't like it too much when the British soldiers were fucking looming over us, right? When Great Britain was looming over us and taking advantage of us, we didn't like it too much, right? And that's why the fucking country was formed in the first place, right? And that's in our DNA, right? That's the American spirit, and the American spirit doesn't die. So, we'll see what's happening, guys. We'll see what happens. But like I said, this is a new show that I'm doing. It's called Musings of a Lunatic.